Welcome to Career Q&A with Engineering Career Services. We're here to talk about transferable skills and how you can use them to feel confident in your job applications, especially if you feel like you have no experience. We promise you do, and if you just learn how to talk about them, you'll feel much more confident applying to those positions that you would like to have. So, all experience is valuable. You don't need to have engineering-related experience in the form of prior internships or jobs in order to value your experience and offer value to a company. All these other experiences make you a worthy candidate. Whether it was COVID that made it hard to find or end up going through with an engineering position, you can still translate your prior experience and start building your engineering portfolio now, which we'll talk about a bit later. So whether you've had projects completed in high school or other programs, work history, including quote, just customer service jobs, extracurricular activities, volunteer work, competitions and challenges, these are all great. The reason that all of these are great is because increasingly employers are finding that technical skills can be taught, but soft skills are what's really needed in new hires. So having a variety of experiences helps you gain these qualities that employers are looking for. So if you're able to articulate how all these other positions make you a good candidate, you're actually a step ahead of the game. And you can continue to grow your experiences in all these categories. We will actually link a tracker below this video so that you can get ideas on how to get involved on campus and keep thinking about how you can speak to all these different skills as you're applying for and interviewing at different companies. When it comes to transferable skills, it's all about articulation. And we're going to recommend the CAR method to talk about your experiences. And that stands for challenge, action, and result. And this CAR method is great when it's supplemented with application. How do you expect your previous experience to influence your behavior in your next position? And you tell somebody outright that answer, and you identify stories that speak to your overall strength and demonstrate why you should be given an opportunity. We're going to take a look at a sample job description from Amazon for a robotics team to illustrate how to talk about transferable skills in this presentation. And we also have a handout on decoding a job description linked below with some advice on what to look for, but we'll go through step by step with this example and different positions and experiences that can apply to this role. So in yellow, we have verbs you can start your own bullets with: partner, communicate, support, manage, troubleshoot, contribute, work. In pink, we have words that are repeated that you should incorporate throughout your bullets, as these are high priority and central to the role. So words like process, issues, collections, continuous improvement. And then in purple, we have important ideas to speak to, whether you use the same keywords or not, because they essentially boil down to three ideas: independence, multitasking, and communication. So first, we encourage you to make a list of all the words that you're going to try and incorporate throughout your application. And you're going to think about how to use them in your resume, your cover letter, and the interview. So these are the words that we have identified as important. And throughout each of the next slides, we will point out and emphasize using these words in particular to make it super clear that we have the skills that this Amazon team is looking for. So the first example is for a high school tutoring position, where in our resume we've highlighted the word work and evaluated and communicated, as well as continuous improvement in our bullet points. And here is how we would talk about that experience. and see if you can notice all the keywords that are being incorporated, whether that's in the cover letter or interview. Working as a tutor taught me many important skills, such as effective communication and various support strategies for assisting individual students in ways that would work best for them. Tutoring also showed me how to help students manage their time and expectations, evaluate their progress, and troubleshoot any issues they had along the way, such as frustration or lack of time to study. Taking this individualized approach allowed me to help students make continuous improvements in their studies. Tutoring has taught me the importance of listening closely to individuals to deliver services that truly meet their needs. I believe this is applicable to any engineering firm, where the goal is to not only support other team members in project progress, but also, of course, ensure customer satisfaction. And in this example, you can see there's a complete whole sentence at the end tacked on for that application portion we described after using the CAR method to not only illustrate that example, but also make it super clear how we're going to translate that experience and use it in the future for the next position. Here we also have an example for someone who was a pool operator and manager and how that can relate to this robotics team at Amazon. We're using keywords manage, issues communicated in our resume, and articulating our story. As a pool operator and manager, I learned to follow a thorough process for maintaining safety guidelines for the pool. My primary responsibilities included evaluating water cleanliness, ensuring proper chemical balance in the pool. I also communicated with my colleagues to share the workload and communicated with guests to ensure safety. Ultimately, my contributions included providing continuous support to the Lighthouse Pools team, so any issues were promptly addressed and all visitors were satisfied. This experience gave me valuable skills that engineers need daily to do their work, including communicating with team members for successful execution of projects, enforcing safety standards through design and production, and even customer service to make sure clients come back time and again to the company for their engineering needs. Here we have an example for a class project where we're emphasizing the words manage and support, troubleshoot, and process. And here's how we can articulate that story. While building an OTV with my classmates, I learned how to establish an efficient work process that ensured everyone stayed on task and on schedule. I partnered with the team's other subgroup leaders to keep our timeline on track and troubleshoot any issues that arose, including interpersonal dynamics on my team, to ensure everyone was contributing equally. My peers and I established clear communication and supported each other throughout the whole project, which ensured we made continuous progress and successfully completed our goals. This experience gave me a glimpse into what it will be like to work in a diverse, multifaceted, talented team that has to work within time constraints and a budget. So I'm confident I could join your company and carry over these skills as well. Here you can see it does not take a full sentence necessarily to do the application portion. It's enough to just have it in part of the sentence that you're well aware that these are transferable skills and they should know that you're qualified. And here's an example for a program that you might be part of. You can say manage, process, issue, work. And no matter what, if you originally created bullet points using different words, for example, worked with a team is collaborate initially in your resume, you can just simply change that to work to meet the keywords relevant to this particular job description. If we're talking about Quest, from my experience in Quest, I've learned the value of partnering with my team members to support organizations in their missions and tasks. It was a pleasure to support Unilever in its efforts to evaluate its current strategies, troubleshoot their reduction plan, and contribute to the process of resolving their issues. Communication across all steps of this process taught me the value of making continuous improvements to projects for best results. And I know I could use these skills at Amazon to develop similar successful outcomes. And here we're doing a very particular indication that I know I'm applying to Amazon and this is where I want to work, and I'm telling you how I'm qualified. We alluded to this earlier, but all your experiences are great. If you're trying to continue to grow your resume and experiences, which all of us should be, Then we have a few recommendations. LinkedIn Learning is great and free to UMD students to use. The link for that will be below. You can earn badges that demonstrate your expertise. It's helpful if you can't get hands-on experience for something that could be useful to you. And it's also a great option for winter and spring breaks when you just might not have secured an internship or job, and it's just great to put on your resume for that. We also encourage you to get involved with student organizations. We'll have a link for all UMD student societies linked below. And here you can get experience with engineering. You can get professional development opportunities and networking opportunities with peers and other engineering professionals. And then we also want to mention co-ops, which are full-time work opportunities during a fall or spring semester where you remain a student, but you're actually able to take the semester off and work full-time, earn money, and co-ops can be really valuable even in the fall or spring of your final year. And it does delay your graduation by a semester, but it can be worthwhile so that you get that hands-on experience that you need. And potentially co-ops a lot of the time end up with full-time offers for after your graduation. So those are great opportunities as well. And then of course, attending in-person events is encouraged. Our career fairs, which there are for all the STEM majors as well as for each individual major. And then networking and informational interviews are also great. And we have a variety of resources that we'll post below regarding those. We encourage you to see us in 1131 Martin Hall, or feel free to email us if you'd like to set up an appointment. And we so look forward to seeing you. Hopefully this has helped you feel much more confident in creating your applications and applying to those dream engineering roles. See you soon.